September the 12th, Thursday Night Football. I'm Eli. That's my best friend in the entire world. Apologize for being late. It is mostly my fault. Long story. But we're late. It's my fault. Jerry, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Did you do a tweet or no?
Yeah, just now.
Just
We're-
now.
Yeah. Everything's a little slacking a little bit here on my part.
Do you want to explain?
Well, sure. So the MLB piece of my website is still just like it relies on my my computer at home being on and online, and all of a sudden at 4 o'clock today, it was no longer that anymore. So luckily Easton is not in the woods here with us because I was like, hey, could you go to my house and turn my computer and whatever. It's only temporarily back, I think. I think he's gonna die again tomorrow, but we're gonna see what happens. But because of that, Easton was at my house pretty much at like 5:57, 5:58. My house in Indiana. And then he had to run back to his house and get the show going and everything. And I've spent literally over the last since like 7:30, 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. I definitely have over 30 hours into rebuilding the entire NFL portion of my website because Tuesday they just kind of decided. I guess this season it was my fault. I should have made sure that the data that I was using was still going to be made available by the NFL, but they decided this season to stop including personnel data, which means you can't see what snap was cover 3 versus cover whatever anymore. So yeah, best friend is Jerry feel the same? Absolutely not. I don't think he likes me very much, but it's all right. So yeah, I my head's been spinning for 3 days. Last night, kid went to bed. It was like 10 o'clock, and I tweeted this like immediately when I realized it. Like I have not actually eaten a meal since Monday. Um, I had some chips and like some toast here and there Tuesday, Wednesday, but I went literally from I think lunch on Monday to 10 o'clock last night without eating, and I didn't even realize I did that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I have one $10 bet in so far for tonight. I'm trying to bet a 2-leg home run parlay. And it's just not BetMGM just isn't letting me do it pretty much. But yeah, we'll get into it. How's your week going, bud? That good?
I mean, I'm nauseous
Oh, okay.
for many reasons. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm what's the word? Pessimistic.
For an
I
optimist,
just
you are
hate
pretty pessimistic. Yeah.
I hate playing the Bills. I love the Dolphins more than I love my ex-wife. I mean, that's a bad example.
I was gonna say.
I,
All right.
I love the Dolphins more than pizza. That's how much I love the Dolphins. They are my favorite sports team, even though I love the Mets. But it is just there's something about we just can't beat the Bills, and it's not the Bills are just really it's just Josh Allen owns the Dolphins, right? Something's got to change, and I just am not optimistic it's gonna just change right now. Like it's I know a lot of people are betting on the Dolphins. There's a lot of people betting on the Bills, but a lot of like sharp bettors are betting on the Dolphins. I really don't give a shit. It just gives me a feeling in my stomach every time. Josh Allen just knows how to kill the Dolphins and knows how to break my heart early in the season.
Do you have baseball bets? Because that was
No.
a good transition. You did a really solid job there. I kind of want to go ahead and just get my Easton. I just literally just posted it in Discord while Jerry was talking. I don't know if you can grab it or not, but and just show the first one, not that one I posted 5 seconds ago. Do the one I posted like 20 seconds ago. Let's just get out of the way. I'm on Juan Soto and Brandon. Josh Lowe, Brandon Lau. So Brandon Lau and Juan Soto to hit a home run. Not going to go too deep into it. But yeah, I think those guys are good at baseball. They're hitting the ball hard right now. Pitching matchup is all right. Ballpark, whatever is all right. So give me those two guys to hit a homer, just $10 to win 269. I am reusing these legs. Let's see that those games don't start until 7:15, so we got some time. With a 2-touchdown score, kind of crazy leg from the game tonight, which isn't going to happen, but I'm going to play it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So Anything you want to touch on? Anything baseball related at all? Probably not. You hate it, right?
Baseball can go to hell.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Did Trey Sweeney hit one today? No. I was gonna bet Trey Sweeney, then I realized they played already. So glad I didn't do that. Hey, that guy can hit. I don't know if you probably don't watch a whole lot of Tigers baseball if you're watching this show, just because nobody really watches that much Tigers baseball. But Trey Sweeney, I've been very high on. I've mentioned it before on this show. Came up in the Yankee system. I thought for a long time he was the best offensive shortstop prospect the Yankees had, and it was a stacked, loaded shortstop class or farm system for the Yankees. So he got dealt, and he's kind of going off. He is kind of going off. Jeff Wilson Jr. first touchdown plus 700 mostly everywhere. FD or FanDuel usually knows, is what I'll say, but I'm still not gonna bet it. Let's just get into the football game that is happening tonight. And I apologize if I seem a little even more so than usual, just like spazzy or freaking out. It's because I've been kind of freaking out for 3 days now, but it is what it is. A lot of injury implications in this game tonight. Short week, Thursday night football. You're always going to have some of that. That's why the games are. One reason the games are generally ass. This on paper should be an awesome game. Usually is. Josh Allen dealing with a hand. Looks like he is a full go. Do you think
He's
it's
dealing
Josh
with
Allen's
two.
hand? Huh?
He's
Hand
dealing with two.
injury. Is it 2 hand injuries or just one?
Oh no.
Okay.
He has 2 hands. I just was
He
confused.
does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still does have 2 hands. You think there's any gambling specific implications from Josh Allen having somewhat of a busted hand tonight?
No.
Okay.
Can we talk about? All right, let's talk about how scammy these odds are. Right. FanDuel has 3 Dolphins running backs listed for plus 150 or less. 2 of them are minus 150.
I think one of them's going to score 2, but go ahead.
So like you try to, I don't know, like take a shot on somebody. Like, all right, you have 3 running backs to choose from. You're not giving me like a chance to take a shot on anybody. You're basically, I feel like it's a scam. I legit feel like it's a scam. You're telling me you're going to set the odds for 3 different running backs and all of them are fucking terrible. Excuse my language. It's just, I don't know. It seems so stupid. And they're covering their ass. They know they're going to get the wagers regardless, but that's what they're doing. They're covering full tracks. They're going to get money, and it's an absolute joke. Well, who am I going to take a chance on? First of all, I wasn't going to take a chance on Jalen Wright anyway. This is a very complicated Dolphins offense they have, right? It runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything has to be in rhythm. I don't expect Jalen Wright, even if Achane was injured, to come in and have a big role. Maybe he's smart. Maybe he's really book smart that I don't know about. I don't know that in depth about him. But this is an offense that you need everybody in rhythm. I mean, look at Jonnu Smith. He's been in the league for how many years? He barely had a role last week. It just takes a little while to learn his playbook and have everything up to speed. And you're giving me plus 150 for this guy. This guy should be a long shot. It's just ridiculous.
I'll just go. I'll just say it. I am betting on him. I think the Dolphins probably know he's gonna be better than Wilson. I mean, even if Achane is a full go, like I don't think he's gonna be a full go. You know what I'm saying? Like even he's saying even if it comes out that he's starting, and gonna be the RB1, don't you think they're gonna limit his snaps a little bit just because it's probably a lot because it's Thursday night football. He's dealing with an injury. This is a guy you need, especially if Mostert's gonna miss some time. From what I understand, it sounded like Jalen Wright was inactive behind Wilson because Wilson plays special teams, and Jalen Wright will not. Jalen Wright had 7.5, almost 7.5 yards per carry last season in college. I know college NFL is a really big jump, maybe the biggest jump you'll see in pro sports. I don't know, but I don't know. Achane missed some time last year too, right? Like I think this running back, like there's a good chance they're going to need this kid, and I think it could be a situation where they lean on him a little bit and he gets hot because I think he's good. Looked pretty good in preseason from what I saw too. Or they could start leaning on him a lot. So yeah, I don't love. I ended up taking him just with the no sweat token on DraftKings as of right now. That was just like a $10 no sweat to score, and then I threw him for 2 touchdowns with Brandon Lau and Juan Soto, and that is a crazy ticket, $5 to win like a lot. And if it comes out that Achane is not going to play, even though I do think he's going to play, I might put a little bit more on this guy. I know, you just contradicted that, and you're the Dolphins fan, and you're who pays attention to the team more, but I don't know. I think he's good. I think he's good. I think he gets a little bit of action. There's a good chance he gets going, and they just lean on him, lean on him even harder. It's not that it can't be that hard to just take the ball from the handoff and run. You know what I'm saying? It's like here's the ball, go fast.
I know. It's just the snap counts, everything is just in rhythm. There's a lot of motion. There's just a lot of things. It's going to be complicated for even though taking the ball on a handoff. It's a lot more you know that you're trolling, but
Yeah, obviously.
this is maybe a game that I would probably take a long shot. I didn't yet. Maybe I will, but maybe like Alec Ingold, like a fullback, like you know, if this is an opportunity to take a shot on a fullback on this roster, it's right now with all these question marks around the running back. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take Alec Ingold, even though the odds, I didn't even look at his odds. They're probably terrible like the rest of the odds. It is so bad. Just looking at the top, I think I counted 10 guys with under was it plus 400 odds or something, or plus 300 odds. It was like 10 different guys. So
Thursday Night Football also, by the way.
And it's Thursday night football. Like it just, I don't know, man.
It's tough.
It sucks, man. You want to take shots like a primetime game. Yeah, obviously every single time we step in here, we want to take not sell a dream, but we want to dream of hitting a nice lotto, right? You want to put things together and maybe you hit like a plus 10,000 and you feel great. Or it just, I can't get around. Like how am I going to build a plus 10,000 lotto even for $1 with some of the odds that we're getting? It's crazy.
All right. And I didn't get too far in the game because I was putting out a fire. Well, I did, but not actually placing the bets that I had written down that I want to further pursue, I guess. Any thoughts on Dalton Kincaid's receptions and/or yards? Just my thinking is, maybe they go with a little bit more underneath passes inside that 10 to 15 yard mark if that hand is really bothering Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's a pretty good play regardless, but this Bills offense, they are going to pound the shit out of the football against the Dolphins that looked bad against the run last week. I mean, it's been their Achilles heel. They obviously Joe Brady, his mentality with the Bills offense is run first now, right? There's no more try to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands, or at least give him something to work with and play action. And they've been doing that. They did that last week. And the Dolphins looked terrible against the run last week. They looked terrible against explosive runs. I mean, I think there was 4 rushes of 10 plus yards or something like that. The Jacksonville Jaguars had. If it wasn't for Javon Hollins miraculously punching the ball, not miraculously, meant to do it. He's a skilled player, does it all the time. But if he doesn't get force that fumble, Dolphins lose that game. And the reason why they lose that game is because they couldn't stop the run. And it opened up everything else. If you can't stop the run against the Bills, you're in for a long day because Josh Allen is going to open up the entire field. I think he threw to 10 different guys last week. Mind you, he didn't throw the ball a lot. I think there was 23 pass attempts last week. They're going to spread the ball out. You just don't know where it's going to come from. Josh Allen, obviously, they're trying to make him run a little less, but he still has that option to run the ball too. It's going to be a long day, man.
No.
Bills
Also,
fan, I'm concerned about this game. Defense Sunday was the worst of Bills. That is true, and you also are missing some big veteran pieces. I mean, we got Jordan Poyer. I mean, that's also maybe some intel. I don't know how. I always wonder how deep does it go when a player goes from one rival to another? Do they sit him down like the CIA and ask him all these questions? Because obviously this guy knows Josh Allen more than anybody on the Dolphins. So maybe that's a factor too. Maybe the Dolphins do have a little bit of an edge here, but all I know is that I remember, I think it was October of last year when the Bills literally ended the game at halftime. They were up by like fucking 17 at least 17 points at halftime. It was like 31-14 at halftime, and then the game was just over after that. So hopefully it's a different vibe this time. I don't know.
We haven't talked a whole lot about I guess we talked about no, we haven't really talked about these Miami receivers who obviously are really good. I think it's worth pointing out Teron Johnson's going to be out for the Bills. I think he's their starting nickel back. So I think that matters. I think the Bills are going to have a lot of inexperience in this secondary, and that's not what you're really going to be looking for when there's a guy named Tyreek Hill and that other guy named Jalen Waddle on the other side. I went chalk last week, and I said Travis Kelce was going to have a big game. Obviously, breaking news, and then he was pretty much non-existent. So I don't want to go out on a limb and say Tyreek Hill is going to have a big game, but what do you think, man?
We pretty much know. I mean, it's so Tyreek Hill has. I don't think he's gone over 100 yards against the Bills in like 5-6 games, something like that. Unless you count, I think the playoffs was a different story, but that's a whole different ball game. But the Bills' main game plan is to stop Tyreek Hill. Easier said than done. Every team should probably have the same game plan. The Bills have executed it better. I just feel like, first of all, put it this way. Tyreek Hill has had like 13 receptions in 2 of the last 3 games. 13 targets in 2 of the last 3 games against the Bills. But it's all underneath. He never cracked. I think 80 yards was the most he's seen. So they're going to try to take away the top game. Probably going to open things up more for Jalen Waddle, get him more involved. But I can't touch Tyreek Hill against the Bills.
Ron Achane down to -140 anytime touchdown. So that's interesting. Still no news on him, right? Like,
he was hyping up the game on his Instagram, so everybody assumed that
I think he is going to play. I'm fairly certain he's going to play. -140 is crazy, though. -140 is crazy. So we have a sweat-free. I mean, I think multiple books are doing it. There is a no sweat token on FanDuel for this game, and I'm kind of just throwing some things in. I don't know. Is this a Jalen Waddle night? You think 65.5 is pretty low? You could take Waddle for 60, and then I like you can SGP receptions now, which is cool. Like the Dalton Kincaid 4.5 is a little tight.
2 of the last 3 games that Waddle played against the Bills, he went over 100 yards.
Yeah.
The one game he didn't. The most recent one, obviously, like I said, the game was over at halftime, more or less. It was a complete blowout. So it seems to be the Waddle game every time the Bills come to town. So I like Jalen Waddle over Tyreek, especially for the odds difference.
What about a Dalton Kincaid 5 receptions, Jalen Waddle for 80? Jalen Waddle for 80. What's the Josh Allen? Josh Allen even money for a touchdown? Gets you to +694 with a no sweat token. What do you think about that? Dalton Kincaid 4.5 over 4.5 receptions, Jalen Waddle for 80 yards, Josh Allen for a touchdown. Thoughts?
Short week. Waddle hit the medical tent last game. I got news for you, Conrad.
Close, yeah.
Jalen Waddle has hit the medical tent in every single game, football game he's played in. Every single game he limps off, he goes to the medical tent. It's every game. He comes back. The guy is one of the toughest guys in football. I mean, we saw him in Alabama how tough he was, especially with that ankle. Wasn't his ankle still broken in the Rose Bowl? I'm pretty sure he played on an injury for the national championship. I'm not sure.
Kincaid, Wright, and Cook. Again, I said this Monday. This is another game, and it's not as defensive heavy as the Monday game was. Historically, Thursday Night Football is awful. I don't know what the average number of touchdowns is on Thursday Night Football, but it can't be above 4, or it can't be above 5. So if we're being generous and saying there's going to be 5 touchdowns in this game, obviously you're getting a good number there, plus 1,800, but I'm not going to try to be good enough betting touchdowns to get 3 out of the 5 touchdowns game in this game. That's why I don't know. I kind of hate multiple touchdown scores on a same game parlay because of that reason. Unless it's the favorites. Like if you want to take Tyreek Hill and Josh Allen, like sure, you know what I mean. Did we bet any? I bet MLB, Juan Soto, Brandon Lau on a ticket, just those two, and then I threw in Jalen Wright for 2 touchdowns to get really crazy on that ticket with Soto and Lau. But no, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Me and Jerry both are just kind of burnt out on MLB. Happens every year. We've been betting 15 baseball games since March 28th. Every single day, we've been waking up and betting anywhere from 10 to 15. Actually, 10 to, I think there was like what, a 17, 18 game baseball game day. Still gonna do
Baseball
it.
is also
Short
the
slate
most
gets tough.
miserable. Baseball is the most miserable sport to bet on because of the fact you can do all this research. You'll have 10 different stats. We've heard you say 10 different stats about one specific prop. You can you can look up everything in the world and you will watch the matchup that you're waiting for, and the guy will walk twice and then hit one to the track. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I mean, Otani, like little things like Otani, the narrative, the big Japanese game, right? There was 2 Japanese pitchers on the mound. Obviously, him, Seiya Suzuki. It was a big, big game for Japan. He went 0 for 4. This is baseball's just something else, man.
But we love it though.
Yeah, it's just this year specifically has been.
It's been.
We talked about the Bulls are different, and the Bulls are
grind.
different. I don't want to hear it. The baseballs are
Oh,
clearly
there's enough.
different.
There's enough out there.
There's enough overwhelming evidence that the baseballs are clearly different. So it was not a lot of fun betting home runs this season, and I had a lot of fun betting home runs in the past.
I still did all right. I'm still way up on the MLB season. But that again is like 10 good days. So it's tough. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we've only been live for like 20 minutes, and we're what else should we talk about? I don't like you enough to just sit here and talk. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't give out my picks. We were talking. You were
That's
going to talk
true.
about the Buffalo receivers or something like that, and
Yeah, I don't know. Just talk about what you think, man. I'm mentally
okay.
taxed right
I
now.
was
So
wait. I wanted you to give me a segue because you were like, "All right, well, Buffalo's receivers, let's talk about them," and then you just like didn't do it, right?
Oh, hey, Buffalo receivers. You want to talk about those guys? I'm off my game. Leave me alone, dude.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother? Why do we do this show? Honestly, we need Shander in here because I think Shander would be a better co-host for me. You suck. We'll talk about it later. I can't deal with you no more. You haven't eaten in 3 days.
I ate yesterday.
You are built like a number 2 pencil, and you haven't eaten.
I didn't eat today though. Oh, I had some sausage this morning for breakfast. I did have breakfast.
You're not locked in.
I said that opening the show. I said in as many words, I'm not locked in. I said that.
Okay. Flappy Bird's coming back.
Is it really?
Yep.
Dude, I missed
Big
the
news
boat
on Twitter
so hard. Do you remember? I don't know. It was up for like what, a week, and then Apple
it was like 3 weeks. I used to love that game.
And then like they took it off the App Store. So then the day after that happened, there were phones with Flappy Bird installed going for thousands of dollars on eBay. And by the time I got home from school and went to listed, like they were all toast, and like there were 100 of them, so it wasn't worth it. No.
Anyways, so my pick for the I'm taking a shot on Mac Hollins. I'm using my MGM boost over 1.5 receptions. I'm not saying this is a smash play. I'm not saying it's going to be a first half cash. It's probably going to be a sweat. You may only see 2 or 3 targets, but this guy is a reliable force on third downs. I've watched him in Miami. I've watched him in Oakland or Las Vegas. Atlanta was just a wasted year for him. I don't even know why he went over there, but he is already building a little bit of repertoire with Josh Allen. Obviously, pretty sure he scored a touchdown last week. But in third down, this guy is so reliable. He's going to get at least 2 targets in this game, and I trust his hands. I think he has the best hands of this wide receiver core. But 2 catches, using my boost, getting it up to plus 130 on BetMGM. You could use it on FanDuel and get better odds. I think you can get up to, I think, plus 145 with the boost, but I'm using my boost on something else. So I used it on BetMGM, 2 catches, plus 130. Now I picked 2 touchdown scores and used my boost on that on FanDuel because the base odds were a lot better. I am betting James Cook and Jalen Waddle. Simple bet, 2 legs, 8-1 odds. In a game where these touchdown score odds are absolutely tragic, I think this is the best value on the board. So you're gonna give me something simple. James Cook, obviously, I think James Cook's gonna have himself a day. The Miami Dolphins rush defense is not gonna heal itself in 3 days. It's gonna be a long process of them figuring it out. James Cook should have a pretty good day here. And like I said, Jalen Waddle, I mean, he probably would have went over 100 yards if they had a better game than the last time. There would have been 3 straight 100-yard games versus the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they're going to be trying to shut down Tyreek Hill. They're not going to be able to completely shut him down. But I think when it counts, Jalen Waddle will get the ball. And especially at the odds, you're going to give me plus 180. I think it was plus 185 base odds for Jalen Waddle as a touchdown score. I'm going to take that.
I do. The more I think about it, the more I hear you talk. I am all in on Waddle having a big night. I'm thinking about ladder in his yards.
I mean, yeah, it's
apparently Zach says in chat. By the way, HN starting, which is I think no surprise at this point. We'll see what the workload looks like.
Yeah, I mean, they could say he's starting all they want. Doesn't mean he's going to get he could only play 10, 12 snaps. I don't believe everything is smoke screens with coaches. Everything is smoke. He's good enough to get some reps tonight, but that's all we know, right? They're gonna list him as the starter, but it could be a big smoke screen.
Man, that's kind of that's actually official. He's starting because Jalen Wright's line didn't move on DraftKings. It's still plus 170. I thought it would go up a little bit if when the news came out that HN was starting, but I guess the book's pretty much new, and maybe it would have tanked if we were surprised.
They're not gonna give you anything to like. Why do they have to? But put it that way. Why do they have to change Jalen Wright's odds? Right?
It's true.
For what?
It's true.
They don't have to take any liability now. They could leave those 3 running backs like they've left them up for terrible odds, and they can just leave them there. People are still going to bet the game. What we need is a book like Bet365 or somebody to give some really juicy odds and then send some of the money that way. I don't know.
Yeah, Bet365 last year was like the best book for pretty much everything, and they expanded to Arizona. I don't know what to do with my hands. The mic stand, it's not like mounted at the table. They expanded into more states like Indiana. Now the odds suck. Wilson went to plus 7. That's 4 touchdowns.
Well, they had. You think about it this way: the more people they have on their book, the more liability they have, and they can't afford to give those juicy odds anymore. But they did what they did. They got their name out there, right? They blew up. Everybody loved Bet365. The word spread around. They expand. They go right to the chalk lines that everybody else has.
Yeah,
fall in line. That's just the name of the game.
I don't. There were definitely less than 5. I'm trying to think if there were any times this season where Bet365 had the best home run odds for rolling on parlays. I don't think that. Like, I literally don't.
FanDuel and MGM ruled the home run odds.
Yep.
Sometimes Fanatics would come out of nowhere. Fanatics is a very sneaky book to look at because you usually don't see them listed in the odds. If you Google like prop odds, they usually don't list Fanatics, so you have to like look it up yourself. But for the most part, they're either terrible or really good. Sometimes you get some crazy odds on that book, and that was the case for touchdowns too. It wasn't Fanatics. Actually, the merger didn't come yet for the playoffs last season. I think that Fanatics merger was right after the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think it was still PointsBet. Baseball season. It's pre-baseball season, but after football season.
Yeah, PointsBet, and then Fanatics really they pretty much have the same odds. I think they're very similar. It's the same shit.
I miss PointsBet. I really miss PointsBet.
I loved it. I loved their UI.
I loved it too. I know they got a ton of bad publicity because like all of the whatever they did, But I think their UI was better than FanDuel's. Like that's the reason FanDuel
Their
has the
UI was the best.
market share they have is because FanDuel's UI is far and ahead above DraftKings, MGM, all of them. PointsBet was better. Also, you can bet you could bet alt turnovers on PointsBet. Literally nowhere else. I don't know. We'll see if any other books do it.
I said it all the
let's
time. PointsBet UI was my favorite.
It was.
And then also like things you could, I think it was alt steals. There was a lot of alternate markets you could get into. I'm having trouble talking. If I sound like a moron, I have a sore throat and it's like struggling to talk right now.
Sure. There's a UFC. I love this UFC card Saturday. Easton was asking if we should do a. Easton, are you wanting to like host that do that with me, like me and you do a UFC show? Is that what you meant? Or are you talking about you just want to? Do you even have a webcam? I'm talking to Easton, like you guys can. I do want to get some UFC content out for this card. I like it a lot. Be interesting. I wish I would have jumped on Sean O'Malley when he was an underdog. That was crazy. I'm probably going to bet Sean O'Malley in some way. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the fights yet. I think it's both and stills. I think both the champions retain. I don't know if I want to lay the juice. I mean, both of them are kind of juice at this point. I don't think Grasso should be as big of a favorite as she is, but I don't know. Not going to talk about a whole lot about it on this show because we only have 20 minutes left. But yeah, I mean, maybe like a tomorrow night UFC show after the hit goes to bed or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is anybody even out there? Anybody watching us? I don't even know. Recap your bets, man. I'm tired. Ready to go to bed. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize for my performance tonight.
I mean, this is what you get with Eli these days. The guy doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep.
That's true. I haven't been sleeping either.
We're recapping. That's it. We're done.
What else do you want to talk about? I can talk a little UFC. I can talk a little bit of UFC if you want me to. I can. Because I want to argue with Joey 8 Legs in the chat.
Argue with this guy in the chat. Oh, who's this? The Loctopus guy?
Yeah.
Freaking idiot. I can't stand that guy. He thinks he's so pretty. He goes on camera. Look at my jawline. Oh my god.
He is far more attractive than he has any business being. I will say that. He's a handsome
guy.
But
you could be humble about it, right? As soon as that camera goes on, you could see in his face that he thinks he's the best looking guy in the world.
I do not think Sean loses. I don't expect that fight to be close. Yeah, Merab is relentless. He has to close there's a big height gap. There's a big size discrepancy. Merab has to close the obviously as long as this fight is standing up, this is not going to be a close fight at all. Sean O'Malley might be the best striker, technically speaking, in the UFC. And I just don't think Merab is going to be able to close that distance. I mean, is he going to get some takedowns? Yeah. Merab is not a finisher, so asking Merab to close the distance regularly enough to score enough points across a 5-round fight against, I mean, maybe the most dangerous champion. I'm trying to think. No, Alex Pereira is the most dangerous champion, but outside of that, I think it's Sean. And I just don't see Merab being able to make it through 5 rounds of Sean O'Malley's way better striking. What? Easton wants to know if Islam is the most dangerous champion. I do not think so. He might be the best overall, most well-rounded champion. But yeah, make a 3-hour drive over to what? BMW, hang out on Friday. Where is that? Bourbonnais? Buffalo Wild Wings, hang out on a Friday. I'll be honest, you got to pay me a lot of money to drive 3 hours somewhere.
You know, I know Loctopus is a douche because he has Lock in his name. I mean, grow up. What are you, a 12-year-old better? Jesus.
Sean's grappling is solid also.
Worked up.
Yeah. Sean is the better grappler. Obviously, Merab is his wrestling is solid. I think his striking looked decent against Henry. Henry Cejudo. Don't forget, Henry Cejudo dropped him, or almost dropped. I don't remember if there was actually a knockdown, and Henry Cejudo is a 125er going up basically. Sean O'Malley it would not look small up at 145, right? I think if Ilya Taporia wasn't the champion at 140 or 135 or 145, sorry, I think Sean has a real shot against anybody else in that division. Like I'm that high on Sean O'Malley. He is the better grappler. I think Merab could fight at 125. And Merab is mainly good in winning fights because of his cardio and his relentless wrestling. He's not like a big top control, like he shoots takedowns. The guy eventually is going to get up. He doesn't have like I don't know. I just don't see really any paths to victory from Rob Saturday night. Like none. Unless Sean's just completely overlooking him and not working takedown defense or stand up game. Like I don't think the fight's gonna be close. We keep going on UFC. I can do a little bit on the co-main too. Just like 2 minutes, or you want to recap and go? I'll do it.
Go
Alexa
like
Grasso.
2 minutes. I'm betting baseball today. I'm doing it.
Okay. All right. I'll buy you some more time. You can throw me full screen if you want, Easton. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko. I don't want to sound disrespectful here because Valentina Shevchenko is one of the best to do it on the women's side of things. Third time these ladies are fighting. The first one, honestly, I don't even think it was that close of a fight until Shevchenko made the mistake. Alexa Grasso gets on the back and is the champion. Second fight, what I'm trying to get to is there was a clear progression, right? First fight wasn't really that close. Shevchenko was winning it, and then she got finished, right? And it's Grasso, and people are like, oh, that's kind of fluky, whatever. I was like actually one of the only people I saw picking Grasso in that fight. Just saying. Second fight, we saw a big improvement from Alexa Grasso, right? Now, I think live I scored it for Grasso because I had a bet on Grasso. I watched it back. I think on the replay I scored it for Shevchenko. Really close fight. The second one. But what I'm trying to get at is you saw a clear progression, right? Alexa Grasso was, I guess, should have been in there, but barely in the first one. She deserved to be there in the second one, right? She was holding her own. That was a really good fight. Dropped her on at least one occasion, maybe a couple. And I think we're going to continue to see Alexa Grasso get better and better, especially the more time she spends as a champion. There's the stat out there, you get like 30% better just when you get the belt because of all the other resources and more money you have. You can bring in better coaches. You can do whatever you want, right? More people want to train with you, all of that. For as good as Valentina Shevchenko is, right, I don't think I think we've seen her ceiling, right? I don't know if we're going to continue to see the decline. She didn't look great that fight. I forget who the fight before Grasso was against, but she didn't look great in that one. What is that girl's name? I think she ended up going to PFL maybe. But I don't see it for Shevchenko at this point in her career. I don't think she can improve enough from what we saw in the second fight to maintain maintain the skill. But I think Alexa Grasso might be the best boxer on the women's side of things. Her boxing is legit elite. And we saw the grappling is okay too. Valentina Shevchenko is everywhere, extremely well rounded. I just don't think she has what it takes at this point in her career to keep up with Alexa Grasso. I do think split decision is an interesting look. I know a couple books offer that. I think I very well might sprinkle on Alexa Grasso by split decision if I remember to, because I always say that and I always forget. I don't know if she finishes her. I kind of think we see. I don't want to say a Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto. I don't think it's going to be that dominant from Grasso, but I think we're gonna see a showcase. Connor Norby, another home run. Crazy. Oh, I gotta turn the bot on. You done with your baseball bet yet? I haven't gotten deep enough into the UFC.
This is what I'm doing.
All right, let's do it.
2-leg home run parlay. Josh Naylor, Willie Adames. That's what I'm doing. Plus 4,000 on BetMGM. You're going to give me plus 4,000 for Josh Naylor and Willie Adames? And pretty good matchups? And the thing is, that they're pretty good matchups, too. Which means they'll go 0 for 5.
Yeah, probably. No. I like it. Oh, there's a Bellator card Saturday, too, huh? I'm not betting that. That's crazy. Oh, the Brian. I forgot about it's Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez. There are some really good fights on this card Saturday. There really are. Irene Aldana, Norma Dumont is another sick fight closing out the prelims. Yeah, this is gonna be I know there's only 10 fights. It'll be really interesting to see what the Sphere adds to the television experience as well. But the Zelhuber Ribovic fight is sick. That fight's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a fun card. All right, we've almost, we're like a solid 40 minutes, 35 minutes. Chapman Stanton. That's not crazy. I'm doing this thing the rest of the year for Giancarlo Stanton where I'm not going to bet him no matter what the numbers say until he hits a home run, and then the next day I'm betting him to hit a home run. He has like almost half of his home runs on the second day of back-to-back or the third day. So it's just made betting on Giancarlo Stanton a lot easier for me. Don't bet him. Don't bet him. Don't bet him. See him hit one. Next day, bet him. Auto bet. Don't care. He could be in San Francisco against a really tough righty. Next day, betting him. Doesn't matter. Hey, Yankees. I don't know. They kind of suck. You know. But
You what?
Who's winning the World Series?
You remember my prediction from April?
I don't remember your prediction from 5 minutes ago, bud.
I'm actually glad it's not looking like it's going to come true. Yankees versus
Mets?
Phillies.
Oh, Yankees Phillies. Phillies struggling. Are they still struggling?
No, they have a hefty lead in the division. Here's the thing, though. They are going to get absolutely shit on by the Mets. The Mets are going to win the division. I'm convinced. That's it. Mets are going to sweep the Phillies, and they're just going to steamroll the rest of the month. The Phillies are going to choke. Mets win the division, end up winning the Super Bowl.
All right.
You like that?
No. Don't like that. Hey, the Tigers gonna make the
Why not?
playoffs.
I'm sorry, what?
The Tigers gonna make the playoffs. 3.5 back on the Twins. Hey,
Tigers in
fans.
playoffs now.
There's like two Tigers fans maybe watching this show. Hey, congrats! I think you're gonna have a team next year. I truly think that.
They are building a nice core.
Trey Sweeney, Riley Green, a couple of those other guys. I think the Tigers.
Parker Meadows is actually
Parker Meadows.
He's finally coming around. Like their big things this offseason with Parker Meadows was they wanted to see more power out of him. He's starting to show some power, man.
Great, dude. You want to say hi to Jerry? Come say hi to him. Okay. It's been a while. Okay. He said, okay. What's up, dude? Ugh.
What's up? Hey, buddy.
Oh, you want to tell him? We want you to read one of his. We read these little blue trucks. Oh, I turned it off. It's not coming through the speakers anymore.
Damn, you stink.
Jerry, you stink. He says.
I stink. How does he know?
You stink.
You stink.
You stink.
He's not wrong.
All right, go back to grandma, bub.
You stink.
Get out of here. Oh, done it now.
He's so angry. What did I ever do to that kid?
What do you expect? He lives with me, dude. Wouldn't you be angry all the time?
What did I ever do to him? Tell me I stink.
He said,
He must have been tailing my bets for baseball.
We read the little blue, like, I don't know, other parents in chat might know we have, we're a big little blue truck family. And there's this one where he's driving through the city, and we want, my wife requested that you at some point tap in and read the angry New Yorker style car voices with a New Yorker accent. I don't know if you have one of those or not, but
I'm down. Jason, I think that's what he did say. I think he called you a drunk.
yeah.
How many beers do you have today?
One. I mean, we were at the beach at like noon. I had one or two there. This is the first one. Like I
to have one.
I drink beer. Like my beer's like my drink. You know what I'm saying? This is Coors Light. I'm not drinking like hard liquor, man. Leave me alone.
You hear he said that beer is my drink, as if it's water.
Yeah. I mean, why drink water? Why would you drink water when you can drink beer?
It's
the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I rest my case.
Huh?
Alcoholic.
No. All right. I'm gonna recap, and I want to go home, even though I'm at home. I am on Jalen Wright to score a touchdown. I think that's gonna be my only straight bet. There's a no sweat anytime touchdown token on DraftKings. I use it on that. It's $10. I was gonna put more on it. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna roll with that because Jerry talked me out of it. I'm also on Brandon Lau and Juan Soto to hit a home run 5 minutes from now. I guess 20 minutes from now this game start. And then I went a little while Jalen Wright for 2 touchdowns, Brandon Lau, Juan Soto to hit a home run. That would be crazy, and you'll never hear the end of it if this one hits. So Eli Kid, bad ASL. What's that mean? During Coors Light, yeah, Coors Light is very similar to water. Any updated RB lineup? H-Chan starting, which I think is pretty much what we expected. All right, what do you got, bud? He slobbered all over this damn mic.
My straight bet was Mac Hollins over 1.5 receptions. Not saying this is going to be a first half cash or anything like that. I'm not one of those morons on Twitter. It's not a lock. Locks are meant for doors. But I think he's going to get at least 2 or 3 targets, and he's very reliable with his hands. I did use my other boost on FanDuel on a 2-leg touchdown parlay. James Cook and Jalen Waddle. I think this is the best value on the board to take a shot on a 2-leg touchdown. 8-1 odds with the boost. I'll take that all day. And then I did put in a DraftKings parlay. I used another boost. I mean, they're going to give you the boosts. I'm going to use them, right? And I put together Mac Hollins. I put the Jalen Waddle, James Cook, and I also took Tyreek, the max that I could take Tyreek Hill under his yards, which is 110.5. I mean, if he has a huge game, obviously he could make me look silly. But I have 2 other bets in that don't involve Tyreek Hill. So the odds were plus 2,400. I mean, it's $10, so we'll see.
I forgot I did.
Oh yeah, then I just put together Josh Naylor and holy shit. Oh, Willie Adames. That's how much I don't give a shit about baseball. 2-leg parlay. It was like almost
How much
plus
shit
4,000
you be talking to me
odds.
right now if I forgot who I bet on? Look at this guy. He's so not down. He forgot.
Wasn't gonna
He's
bet
so
baseball.
drunk. He forgot who he bet on.
I just put it together in 10 minutes. 10
Jalen Wright is
minutes of
plus
research.
750 anytime now. There's no way that's true. Is he actually?
No, he was. Wait. See, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Is he actually?
And you got him. What was the odds that you got him at? 170
plus 425 on DraftKings.
Oh my God.
I'm going again. 100% I'm going again.
You fucking idiot. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I'm jumping on that immediately. I also have another bet. I have another bet, but I'm gonna bet this real quick. Plus 750. I think he's scoring, dude. What is his dude? His 2 touch. If he scores 2 now, well, they might even be giving lines on 2 touchdowns for him. That's what would make me look really dumb because I got like plus 1,700 or something for 2. It's got to be like plus 4,000 for 2 now.
Oh, easily plus 4,000, probably plus 6,000.
Yeah, I'm betting it again. Plus 10,000.
Plus 10,000.
750. I got a $10 bonus bet. I'm in. I
have a no sweat
that's
token
so
on
weird,
FanDuel.
man. Like, that's so weird that it moved that much later. You know what I'm saying? Like they clearly were just waiting. Like they
H-Chan moved too to minus 135.
They knew. Everybody knew H-Chan was starting, and they still gave Jalen Wright at plus 170. That's crazy.
I told you it was a scam. I told you from the beginning it was a scam. You know whose odds didn't move? The guys that I bet.
It's good for you. I have another same game, the no sweat on FanDuel. Dalton Kincaid over 4.5 receptions. Jalen Waddle 80 receiving yards. Josh Allen anytime touchdown. That one, I feel like that one actually. If we get the rare good Thursday night game, you know that could be a first half cash. I'm gonna be the cringy Twitter guy. That's all.
You know what? One more for the road. No sweat token on FanDuel, right?
Yep. Oops.
I'm gonna do. It's prime time. One game. I'm gonna do my patent pending running back tight end lay. And I'm gonna go with Achane, James Cook, Dalton Kincaid, and this is a tough one. The Dolphins tight end room is a little crowded, but I'm gonna take a shot on Jonnu Smith.
Okay.
It is almost plus 10,000 odds. I'm gonna use my no sweat on it.
Hey, you know what? I just thought about this and got pissed off again. Hey, it's really dumb that there are 2 Josh Allens in the NFL. I think one of them should change their name. I spent 3 hours today trying to figure out how I could teach my website that there are 2 Josh Allens and that the Josh Allen that plays tonight is not plus 4,500 to score a touchdown.
Well, your website is fucking stupid. You know why? Because the other Josh Allen did change his name this season.
Really?
Yeah, he put a hyphen in his last name. He put his mother's last name hyphen Allen. But
My odds API does not reflect that.
yeah, well, the computers, they think they're so smart, right? They're not.
Well, I apologize to whatever his name is now. The other, not Josh Allen. That's what I said, Easton. Yeah, I'm working like hell. I'm working really, really hard on the website, guys, for NFL. If you have seen that, have messed around with it, appreciate it. I'm excited for more and more people to see it. Yeah, my dream. I'm just going to give you guys a spoiler. My dream, and I think I can do it. I got to see how much money it's going to cost me to see if I'm going to do it. I want to have a Deej Analytics chat GPT built into it that analyzes the data and stuff for you. I think that would be awesome, and I think I can do it. But
I
what do you got,
fucked
bud?
up, man.
Of course you did.
How the fuck did I do this? How did I fuck this up? I put my no sweat in. I said the picks out loud. Achane, James Cook, Dalton Kincaid, Jonnu Smith. How the fuck did I end up with Dawson Knox instead of Jonnu Smith? Damn it.
Those names aren't close either, bud. You know what I mean? Like, they're pretty far off.
It must have been one away from Jonnu Smith or something. How did I mess this up? I just wasted a no sweat token on it.
It's
Shit.
tough, man. Try it. There's probably another no. There is a no sweat anytime touchdown on DraftKings. There got to be another no sweat out there. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you, man. Hey, heavyhittermedia.net/Discord. Sign up if you haven't already. I am full back in betting home runs tomorrow. We're betting home runs and fist fights on Saturday. We're betting home runs and football on Sunday. It's going to be a busy ass weekend. I still have a lot of work to do, and also gonna hang out at the beach a little bit. So, you got any closing thoughts? I'm ready to go to bed.
Me and Eli are both idiots. That's all I'm going to say.
If you're watching this show, you knew that. That is a great closing thought. MGM has a no sweat, apparently. Thank you, Adam. Hey, appreciate you guys' support. I know, obviously, clearly not my best performance, at least on the show tonight. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. Appreciate all you guys showing up every time we go live and hanging out. It means a lot to us. See you. I'll probably see you like tomorrow night, maybe, for UFC. And then I think we're going to go Sunday morning this week. I got to make sure, actually, that's okay, because we might be going home Sunday. We'll talk about it.
Can I come in tomorrow if you do a show? Can I come in and just make up picks?
Yeah, sure. If you want.
Okay.
You're not going to do that. I know. I think we both know that's not going to be a thing that you do, but you're welcome to do that if you want to. Sure.
I just want to hang out and just talk shit.
Okay, sure. We can do that. That's fine.
I'm lonely.
All right. Good luck on your bets. Be nice to each other. We'll see you when we see you. Appreciate the support.